Listen, I'm outside, and I've watched The Real Housewives of Orange County second episode, and welcome back, Gretchen. Welcome back. Girl, you look the exact same. You said you ain't had nothing done. Okay. Gretchen with that swoop. Like, it still look good, girl. Whether it's yours or not, it still looks good. And, yeah, stay on Tamra's neck. However, I'm going to jump around all the scenes. That little hot pot situation that Katie, I thought it was going to be at her house. So she was like, I ain't letting y'all crazy people in my house. Valid. Gretchen talking to Sydney, Tamra's daughter, on Facebook is not the same. We can all agree with Gretchen that that's not the same. Of Tamra digging dirt up on people and bringing it up. It's not the same. It's not the same. Now, you could be mad because she engaged and perpetuating whatever she feels is not true. And then she's going to say, my husband wrote that. And then Sydney goes back and say, no, it wasn't me. Like, listen, we didn't like Simon when he was on the TV. He can be manipulative, but I feel like Sydney has definitely said the things that she needed to say. And she doesn't need her dad to say it for her. Especially now. Like, she's grown. So let's start from the beginning of the episode, right? So this is their little workout Alpha Red Light whatever thing that they went to. Okay, whatever, cool. Emily, Gina, and Tamra are at this place, and it doesn't sit right with me that Tamra is calling Katie a silent assassin when that is like the OCMO. Y'all do the things y'all do behind each other's back, and then when somebody brings it up, y'all get upset about it and then try to validate what y'all did. Just say you did it in the first place. Just like Katie. Katie does all these things, and then she wants to like throw the rock and hide her hand. It's weird that she does that when she's like so adamant that she's an upfront person. I need you guys to get to know me. Like, there's just something about Katie. There's always going to be something about Katie. I don't know what her deal is. Like, what's her motivation is what baffles me. Like, the things that she does is very housewife, is very reality TV. You know what I'm saying? But what is her motivation? It's not money, because she and her husband got money. Is it fame? Maybe. I have no idea. Now, I forget the creator's name, but there was someone on either Instagram or TikTok that's saying that they don't like the gang up on Katie. I don't like the gang up on Katie either. The optics looks bad, because he proceeds to say that she's the only person of color. She's the only minority there. Valid. And she's not the first minority on OC. She's just the only one that stuck around. I think that other girl, Naomi, I don't know. I didn't watch those seasons. Came on when she had her husband and they went through a divorce or whatever. I just feel like he has a point. The optics does look bad. Like, they're ganging up on her. All these affluent white women are ganging up on Katie, the minority. It looks bad. However, Katie is not innocent in the things that she does. So you gotta weigh the pros and cons in that type of scenario. Now, Emily gives that off. She gives that, I don't want you around because you're not my kind. Emily does give that off. Tamra doesn't like anybody that doesn't serve her. So I don't know. I don't know. It's really like up in the air on the way that he looks at that creator looked at it. I think I might link him. I can't remember his name though. But he did have some valid points. Now, Gretchen, Rossi, and her sarcasm. Like, Gretchen is the only one that knows. Heather knows her, but whatever Heather's thing is with Tamra, that she needs to have her in her corner. Well, I mean, she did say that one reunion. She did say, I am afraid because of your, basically she's paraphrasing, I'm afraid to not be your friend because of your retaliation. Like, she said it straight out. So Heather's scared of Tamra. Gretchen is not. Gretchen and Heather, they know the real Tamra. The person that knows the utmost about Tamra is Vicky Gunvalson. And Vicky don't even mess with her like that. So, you know, there's that. And so we're going to go to this scene that stood out to me as well. When Heather went to Tamra's renovations in her home. So they were eating on the bed. Very cute scene, very girlfriend. It's just weird how Heather could just, I don't know, I guess she just rolls with the punches, man, because it couldn't have been me. It couldn't have been me. Anyway, focus. So I commend Heather. Tamra tried every which way but southeast to get Heather to talk bad about Jenn. Heather learned from last season that if you say anything to anybody, it's going to get back to that person. So it definitely made sense why Heather didn't gang up on Jenn. And Tamra talking about, oh, she wanted to be in my skin. Girl, what? Who wants to be you? You're a miserable person. Very miserable. She lost weight. She wanted to be skinny like me. Oh, she moved 2 doors down from my home. When she was married to Simon. Like, girl, nobody wasn't checking for you. That's how long Jenn knows her. And this is how she's talking about her. We're going to say it again. Tamra is what? No one's friend. Okay. So I just commend Heather in not trying to jump on the bash Jenn and Tamra saying that she wants to be in my skin. And Heather being Heather in her confessional, she was like, there's more people just better people that she could want to be like. Hello. I thought that was so Katie, Gretchen, Jenn, and their husbands are at Jenn and Ryan's home. Sidebar on Ryan. Why does Ryan wear jackets all the time? It's weird to me. Why does he wear jackets every single time? Even inside his own home. It's weird. I don't know. I just don't know. But Katie was living for that dinner. Katie was living for all of the gossip. You could see it in her face. She thoroughly is enjoying all of the information. You can see it. You can see that she loves it. So let's get to this hot pot. There's little mini scenes everywhere, but we're going to talk about the things that stood out to me. So Emily being first is hilarious. Gretchen walking in with Jenn was planned on purpose, producer-like situation, which, you know, I don't mind, but it's obvious. You know what I'm saying? Well, it's obvious because Jenn, quote unquote, brought Gretchen in, reintroduced Gretchen back into the group. And clock how how Emily said, when I turned 40, which was what, maybe 6 years ago, Gretchen was at her party and they had fun, and Tamra stopped talking to Emily because she was being friendly with Gretchen. Friendly with Gretchen, not like, oh, we're going to play pickleball or we're going to play tennis or we're going to go play golf with our husbands. Came to her birthday party, interacted with her, and Tamra stopped talking to her. It's giving very Kyle, no? Very Kyle. These OGs women, the throne that Andy has put them on. Anyway, Gina leading the accountability charge is really ridiculous because we all know that they weren't really friends, they were acquaintances. So her saying that I feel guilty for introducing her to this group is really like, girl, be so for real. Like, no one really cares. Katie's gone Katie, whether you brought her in or not. And you're just making it about you. And then their little makeup at the end, it was very weird and forced to me. It really didn't have no bones to it. And yeah. So let's talk about this Katie and her recording Shannon. Who all believes that Shannon is horrible to people? Who all was writing for Shannon last season because Alexis was being such a trashy person and her now fiance? Raise my hand. 2 things, 10,000 things could be true at the same time. I do believe that Shannon is trash to people. I do believe it. I don't know if it's racially motivated. I don't know if it's class motivated. I don't know, or elitist motivated. But I believe that Shannon is trash to people because it's come up in so many instances. Just like at that, which he was wrong for doing that. Well, he could have brought it up, but bringing up her daughter, trash. Just like the host for Love Hotel, he was saying that Shannon was being horrible to people on set. Even before Love Hotel, there was instances in the production staff that people were saying that Shannon was being trash to. Where there's smoke, there's fire. So I say all that to say, Katie recording her doesn't validate Shannon being a trash person. Katie recorded her because she was fully annoyed that this is what she's saying, that she's fully annoyed that she had to come off the phone with her husband because Shannon was screaming and ranting and raving like she always does. This is what she says, like that's what she always does. Now, at that time when they did their little gallery shoots or whatever, Shannon was still within that lawsuit with that man, right? And I can understand her being upset, but Shannon doesn't know time or place. She never really did. And she really does think that things revolve around her, and she makes everybody around her uncomfortable. And I understand that. However, Katie did not do it in sense of, I'm going to record you so you can listen to yourself and see how you make all of us feel in this type of scenario. Katie recorded her and was like, this is how Shannon is. I'm going to talk about Shannon to my husband, and then I'm going to talk to everybody else about how Shannon makes us all uncomfortable because she's always ranting and raving about something and being rude. Now, Katie is somebody that is just out here just for the tea. And I think it's really nothing, I'm trying to get to it, it's really nothing of substance that she is trying to gain other than tea. I think she is a fan that just wanted to be involved. This is my conclusion for today. It could change throughout the episodes, but why would you record Shannon, then become friends with Shannon, open up your mouth in your confessionals and said Shannon was the only one that came up to me and stood up for me after the reunion, and then keep the recording, talk about it afterwards, and of course Tamra's gonna bring it up because it's Tamra. We don't expect anything less from Tamra. So you recording this and not telling Shannon that you recorded it, or even that you told other people that you were annoyed at the way that you were carrying on, like that's valid. Because if somebody made you feel uncomfortable and you tell somebody else, but then claim for the person that you're talking about to be your friend and the only person that blah, 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 why wouldn't you go to Shannon and be like, yo, Shannon, I don't know if I would say, oh, I told my husband this or whatever, but I would say, yo, you made us feel uncomfortable, and this is how it is, and this is that, but that this is just how you prove that these women are not friends for real. And we're going to talk about Sweet Sweet Jenn in a second, and Katie's motivation is just to get the tea on everybody. That's basically what it is, and her husband is here for the shenanigans. I did not watch the last episode before the reunion because I was already up to here with Shannon and her antics. Like, yeah, John is this person, Alexis is with him now, and I understand that you're in this thing, but please, I'm tired. Anyway, so that interaction that Shannon had with Katie's husband, I don't really know what that was, but it proves that he's down with the shits. He's down with the shenanigans. So all of that to say is Shannon getting up and not screaming at that in that restaurant, gross. Growth in front of the camera. We don't know what be going on behind the scenes. And she will be blowing up at the party. So, you know, there's that. So let's just conclude this with talking about Sweet Sweet Jenn. I commended Jenn on the first episode when she says, I asked my friend these questions, she gives me an answer, I take it, and that's it. What do you want me to do? I'm not a detective. I'm not going to dig deep down and figure out if she's lying to me or not. Because once it comes out that you're lying, then you're a liar. I feel like that's where Jenn was coming from. Now that I see this second episode and Jenn was like, yeah, you were there. We were talking about it. And first she couldn't remember calling Katie a con artist. Then she can't remember that Katie talked about Shannon and this recording. Jenn, sweet Jenn. If there's a third time that somebody brought up something and say that you forgot, it's giving liar. I just, like, you're teetering on, you don't want to get involved, and you want everybody to jump on this Tamra, hate Tamra train, which I'm fully on. I am riding the train. However, you got to have some accountability, babes. Sweet Jenn, you need to have some accountability in the things that you are doing and the things that you are involved in. Like, you can't just sit down there and say, oh, I forgot, I don't remember. Like, no, you're grown. You are of a particular age, but you're not that age where you have dementia and amnesia, Alzheimer's, and all these things that make you forget. Please. Now, going back to Gretchen, right? I just remembered, Tamra said when they were trying to, and this is part of Jenn too, because when Gretchen tried to, like, bury the hatchet a little bit, like shallowly bury the hatchet with Tamra, they panned to Jenn's face and she was looking at Gretchen like, girl, you are not here to make peace. You are here to light extra matches. What's going on? Did y'all peep that? I peeped it. That's what I feel happened. And in that exchange between Gretchen and Tamra was like, I thought about calling you several times. Liar. No, you didn't. You're a liar. If you're talking about her and two T's in a pod or whatever, please. You did not think about calling Gretchen. You calling her husband, well, they're not married. Her partner, a deadbeat dad. I don't even remember what that woman said, but that man's child died. Shut up. Anyway. Well, we're going to see how all of this plays out, because I feel like Jenn and Gretchen are going to be teetering on, are you my friend or are you not my friend? You're supposed to be hating Tamra too. And then we're going to finally see Shannon blow up at Katie, which is well deserved. I just feel like we should all just take Katie with a grain of salt, because Heather clocked her from the beginning, because nobody believed Heather. Me included. I didn't believe Heather when she said, but then when Katie came up with a screenshot of a text message of a picture, at that point, Katie, you ain't had no credibility, and you still don't. Girl, if you want to be a fan and sit there and do all the things, stand in it. Stand in your mess. Don't be like, oh, give me a chance. I know I did these things the wrong way. Throughout this season, you are going to continue to do these things, and this is why the lie detector shenanigans are going to come through. And if this whole season is to take Katie down, I'm going to lose my mind, because Atlanta lost me in the first episode that they were on their cast trip, and I will definitely drop this season if in the 6th episode they're still talking about Katie this and Katie that. I can't. It's a waste of my time at this point. Like, please, let's do something else. Let's go back. Let's think about it a little more, and then we need to come together and give us a great reality that they've created for us to be entertained. Okay, now if you've made it this far and you're listening to all of this, if you made it this far and you're listening to all of the noises because I'm outside in my backyard, thanks. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and tell me if you agree with my take on these crazy ladies in the OC. All right. See y'all later. Bye.